Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Battlefield 4 ACW-R, or simply the ACR as it's referred to in real life and other games. I'm doing this review because a subscriber recommended that I review the ACR. I always read my new video comments and I always take suggestions into consideration, so be sure to leave a comment suggesting future weapons to review or anything else you want to see in any of my videos. The ACR is classified as a carbine, so the gun is usable by all classes. Before I talk about the in-game performance of the ACR, I want to talk about the ACR in real life. ACR stands for Adaptive Combat Rifle. The weapon was designed by Magpul Industries. Magpul is mostly known for their AR-15 accessory line, and those of you who follow my channel know that I use a lot of Magpul accessories in my rifles. The ACR is a conglomeration of the best features of the best modern rifles, such as the SCAR platform, the G36 platform, and the AR platform. The gun fires 5.56 ammo, and it was engineered to be quickly convertible to 6.8 SPC, which many of you will remember from the ACR in Modern Warfare 3, but no 6.8 SPC ACRs have actually been produced. The Army held an individual carbine competition to find a replacement for the M4, and Magpul submitted the ACR design for consideration. However, the Army canceled the program before selecting the winner because the M4 is still an excellent platform and no competitor presented a weapon that yielded enough performance improvements over the M4 to make the cost and effort of replacing the M4 worthwhile. Magpul licensed the production of the ACR to Remington and Bushmaster. Remington makes the military and law enforcement select fire models. The ACR has not been used extensively by any armed forces, but it has been featured in countless movies and video games. Bushmaster makes the civilian semi-automatic only version, and it can be yours for $1,800. Unfortunately, Bushmaster guns are banned in Maryland because the DC sniper used the Bushmaster, so I can't do a video comparing the real-life ACR to the in-game ACR. The Battlefield 4 ACR does its maximum of 25 damage until 8 meters, from where damage will drop until the gun does its minimum damage of 15.4 at 50 meters. It will take 4 shots to kill an unarmored enemy up to 8 meters, and at most 7 shots to kill an enemy from 50 meters and further. At 880 rounds per minute, it has the second highest rate of fire in the carbine class, losing only to the MTAR. The 30-round magazine is standard within the carbine class. The gun has moderate vertical and horizontal recoil relative to other carbines, but it has rather high recoil when compared to assault rifles. Reloading is very quick, taking 1.83 seconds if you have a round in the chamber and 2.37 seconds if the gun is empty. As a carbine, aiming down sights isn't as accurate as assault rifles, but it is a lot more accurate than PDWs. On the other hand, the hipfire accuracy is more accurate than that of assault rifles, but not as accurate as PDWs. Within any class of weapons, there are some that are naturally better for hipfiring rather than aiming with sights. For example, with assault rifles, the F2000 is better for hipfiring than the M416 is. With carbines, the ACE-52 is the best gun to aim with, and the MTAR is the best to hipfire with. A gun you will primarily hipfire with should have above average hipfire accuracy than other weapons in its class and a fast rate of fire, but you are going to be less accurate when aiming down sights when compared to weapons with poor hipfire accuracy. The ACR is a hybrid hipfiring and aiming down sights weapon, living up to its name of being an adaptive rifle. The fast rate of fire helps with mowing down enemies in close quarters, but you are still as accurate when aiming compared to the most accurate carbines. With a gun like the MTAR, 75% or more of your kills will come from hipfiring, but with the ACE-52, only 25% or fewer kills will come from hipfiring. With the ACR, you will get as many kills from aiming as you will when firing from the hip. There is never a situation where you will be completely outgunned. An important tactic in any shooter is to play to your weapon's strengths and properly assess when you should hipfire and when you should aim. In hipfiring range, you will pretty much always win against assault rifles, but lose to most PDWs. In aiming down sights range, you will lose to most assault rifles, but win against most PDWs. A huge advantage in using carbine is improved mobility. You're a lot more accurate when moving than with assault rifles, and the delay in accuracy increase when transitioning from hipfire to aiming down sights is much shorter. The accuracy delay mechanic is one I talk about in a lot of my weapon reviews, and I have a video dedicated to just this mechanic, so be sure to watch it if you're unsure how this mechanic works. Carbines are perfect for running and gunning. You should always be on the move to play to this weapon's strength. The quick reload speed gives you an advantage in extended gunfights in that you can quickly top off and return fire or corner an enemy before they're ready for you. After enough time with this weapon, you will instinctively recognize situations where you will be at a disadvantage and reposition to where you have the tactical advantage. If the range is long enough that you feel you have to fire in short bursts, you are at a huge disadvantage because your gun isn't as accurate as assault rifles and you do less damage at that range. When aiming down sights with this gun, shoot in full auto or not at all. You can give away your position without dealing much damage or suppression, and a skilled shooter with an assault rifle can turn on you and take you down. The suppression mechanic is a lot more balanced in Battlefield 4 compared to the suppression mechanic in Battlefield 3, in that carbines aren't as likely to suppress when compared to high caliber weapons. The ACR can benefit each class. Engineers can use the ACR to give themselves more range than PDWs, the support class can get more maneuverability than with LMGs, recons can get into more head-on gunfights, and the assault class can get better close-range capabilities. My favorite attachments for the ACR are a 1x optic like a holographic or a red dot sight, a compensator to reduce the horizontal recoil, a laser to improve hipfire accuracy even further, and a stubby or potato grip. A suppressor can also be helpful, but that's only for very close range purposes. Your effective range will decrease drastically due to the increased damage drop and decreased bullet velocity. Overall, the ACR is one of my top 3 carbines, the other two being the MTAR and the ACE-52. The major advantages to the ACR are its incredible rate of fire, quick reload speed, and adaptability to a variety of situations. The only major disadvantage is its high recoil, but you can master the recoil on any gun with enough practice. If you are playing the assault class and want to be a pure slayer type, I still don't think the ACR can match up to a gun like the AEK or the ACE-53, because those are the best slaying weapons in the game. So for a pure slayer class, I would still recommend you use an assault class with an assault rifle. Thank you very much for watching this video. Leave a like rating if I was informative, and don't forget to leave a suggestion on what guns I should take a look at in future videos.